Thank you, Warren. We are literally around the corner from where a vicious murder happened last night, where 2 youths' lives were taken. We can't get any closer or get any more information, but what we do know is that the forensic team is taken over from here. Thank you. Back to you, Warren. What do you think about teen stabbings in London?
I think it's really sad. I'm not that old, but I don't think it was a problem when I was a teenager. And I think it's really sad that young people get into that kind of thing and don't really have any way out.
Do you think the government's doing enough to stop teen?
I think my view is probably government. There's a lot of older people who don't really understand, and rich people maybe who don't understand what it's like to live when you don't have the opportunities that they have. I think they could probably do more by speaking to younger people.
Do you think the media plays any part in all these crimes?
I think they do, because I think they stigmatise young people, and they make people feel frightened of young people, which makes young people even more isolated.
Thank you.
It's on an increase, unfortunately. Like, you got the young people of today, you're making a statement, I guess. I don't know what it represents or whatever, if you stab someone because you want to gain a reputation or you want to...
Officials attended the scene here. Where that yellow tent is, there's a car underneath that tent, and there were 2 men in their 20s who were found at the scene. So the ambulance had been called here, presumably by a member of the public who had heard something. And when the ambulance officials arrived, they found 2 men who were seriously wounded, and they called the police, and the police turned up at about 1 o'clock this morning. I'm just going to step out of the way so you can get a clearer view of the incident there. You can see the forensics officers carrying out a search of the immediate area. So the 2 men were pronounced dead at the scene at about 1 o'clock this morning. Their identities haven't been released by the police. A post-mortem examination is taking place at a local mortuary, and we're expecting the results from that a little later this afternoon. Police are saying it could take a little longer than expected because there are 2 victims here, but certainly there is a large police presence here in East London. Speaking to neighbours and other people who live in this area, 1 o'clock isn't especially late for a weekend, but nobody seems to have heard or seen anything. But somebody must have alerted the ambulance to attend the scene, and the ambulance in turn calling police officers, who then found these 2 victims here. So we'll know a little later on this afternoon, when that post-mortem examination has been concluded, the cause of death, and we might even have details of the victims' identities.
I don't know.
Do you think the government's doing enough to stop teenage stabbings?
There's not much the government can do apart from give people opportunities and stuff, and give them a perspective on life that they look forward to, and anything that's away from the streets. Do you know what I mean? It's in terms of them doing things, I don't know if there's anything more that they can do, because I think this country offers enough opportunities for people to move up and for people to do their own thing. A lot of it is mentality that like young people grow up with, I guess. I don't think it's area based. I don't think it's race or gender or whatever. Like, I've grown up in this city with, I don't know, a variety of people, and I don't know, I guess it impacts everyone. There's no particular like person that it affects, really.
Do you think the media plays a part in this?
Oh, definitely. Music. People want to be like the guys in the music videos who boast about having killers by their side, who boast about drugs, who boast about a lot of things, and unfortunately that's what people listen to. People listen to Rick Ross, people listen to Young Jeezy, and they think, yeah, being a big boy is about having a weapon, having a gun or whatever, and, you know, getting back at people that disrespect you in a sense or whatever, do you know what I mean? So,
well, thank you for that. Have a nice day. We've just been asking local residents about what they think about stabbings, youth stabbings and stuff, so would you mind answering a few questions for us?
Alright, I think youth stabbings, first of all, are all order. Youth should, instead of stabbing each other, you lot should come and speak to each other. And the hype thing, you lot should all come off that, because there's no need for that. If someone says something to you, As long as they're not dissing your mother or no one's put their hand towards your mother, you can turn away from anything else. Because that's just someone saying bullshit words to you, trying to draw you out of your character, and you should never come out of your character unless someone's fucked with your parents. Simples.
Do you think the government's doing enough to help?
No, I don't think they are. And the little that they are doing, they're just doing that so they can say they are doing something. Because they can be doing something more than what they're doing now, but they choose not to. So the way I see it is, we have to stop what we're doing to each other, because the government ain't going to help us not unless we help ourselves first.
Yeah, and how do you think the media portrays young people? Do you think it's in the right way or?
No, it's wrong.
It's wrong.
It's totally wrong, because these things that they're showing on TV is just manipulating little kids to do what they see on TV, and I think that's totally wrong.